you'll be aware if you saw the show last week that part of what Elizabeth did when she did her GFL summit, she also tuned into Jesus to find out what information was going to come through. But this is super empowering. So we'll see you on the other side.
Also, it's funny too, because when I went up to him, I had to bubble myself. And the reason why I bubble myself around Jesus is because if I were to feel the extent of the frequency that he has, I would just be crying. Like I would actually just be bawling my eyes out, which I've done pretty much in almost every interaction with Jesus. I just cry a lot because the unconditional love coming off of that being is so intense. It's unlike anything you've ever felt in your entire life. It's wild. Okay. So so I was there. I didn't really have to ask him a question, but he brought my awareness over to this like other section of him. Okay. And it was like a wisp, you could call it, right? One of these like sort of golden tentacles coming off of him. And then there's this whole group of souls. Like we're talking like millions of souls that were all connected, my size, itty bitty, right? All connected to the end of this like wisp. And some of them are popping like in and out, right? So he brings my attention over to this group of beings or group of astral bodies or something. And I'm like, what is that? Like, what are you calling my attention to? And he said, these are the people on planet Earth who believe in me, right? Jesus. I said, okay. He said that the problem is that they believe in me, but they don't believe they are me. And as he said that, there was this moment of sort of moving myself, not sort of outside of him, sort of connected to a wisp, but then like moving myself to inside of this golden energy sphere and how different that was of I believe in you, protect me, help me, save me, but I'll never be you. And he said that right now, people on earth need to drop their religious associations in order to fully understand the message that he came here to share, which is that he is us. We are him. And I don't know what a Christian or a devout Catholic would say to that. I almost feel like they would think that that would be blasphemy, to say that we are Jesus, that he is us, that we are God, that God is us. Okay. Let me go back and ask him about sort of Christ consciousness coming back, Jesus coming back, the time that we're in right now. I don't know if I want to ask him like what do we do to become more like you because the biggest thing he said is like you have to drop the religion. Like you have to drop the belief that's separating us, right? Which is fascinating. I mean, nothing new, but cool coming from the man, you know, coming from the source. All right, cool. One second. Okay, so he talked about Godspark. He said that each one of us need to find our Godspark, which I've never really heard it. I've never really heard it like that, Godspark. So, I mean, I guess he's implying it's the spark of God within us, it's the soul within us, it's the light, it's the source within us. We have to find our God spark. And I said, well, how do we do that? And he said that we have to start seeing ourselves as the creator. And the way that he sort of laid that out was like manifestation, like in its like simplest terms, it's how we influence the reality around us to manifest what it is that we want in our life. But then also he was talking about parents and like giving birth and having children. Like that is like the most the most iconic example of being the creator. We are the creator. We are the creator of life here on this planet. And so we forget that. We forget that we create things in a simpler form. It's like we go to work and we get a paycheck and we buy stuff and we're creating through that process, or this video and this output we're outputting, we're creating, you know? And so, so much of our life, and I'm just adding this, he didn't say this, but so much of our life is focused on the consumption. We're so consumed by everything, especially distraction and fear, that we forget that we are this creator. And he said that we need to remember and bring back our God spark by reminding ourselves of being the creator of this reality, of this life, of choosing to be here in this body with these hands and these five senses and this touch and feel and smell and taste and all of the things. And he said that we have to remember ourselves as the God, as the Jesus, as the creator, as this God spark, but without the attachment.
We love helping people on this journey, and we've got a bunch of people out there at the moment who are already going through it. And, I think this is going to be huge for a lot of people. We can change, as Elizabeth said, we can change our reality to exactly what we're looking for. So, and one other thing I wanted to mention actually is about the church thing, right? So, I would say, like, my interpretation of this is the church building itself is not a bad thing. Having a community is not a bad thing, because, in fact, we got a mention here from one of our community today about agape, right? And
Mhm.
offering love and blessings and everything, which is fantastic. And, I'm a huge fan of Dr. Michael Beckwith, and I know that you
Yeah.
too, right?
Yes, I love their Easter service, and they have a 6 a.m. meditation service. Oh my God, chef's kiss. So definitely a place to go that is taking spirituality in community. And it's like, it's not, to me, it's not a religious thing. It's like an uplifting spiritual, you are God, tap into that thing. And that is why agape really works well for me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's just the it's the what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that it is the doctrine and the distortion that is the problem in
Yes.
religions. It's been a
Yeah.
control agenda for thousands of years. It's a control
Yeah.
agenda. But whilst ever we're looking out in community and identifying the fact that we are all God sparks, right? Every single
Yeah.
person out there is an aspect of the divine, which stops us from judging against people because, there by the grace of God, that could be us, right?
Yes. Yes.
At the same time, it's a great place for community. So, yeah, we're totally up for that. And thank you to everybody for the comments that you've made. And
Yes. Thank you.
yeah. So what do you think? Is it that time now to get into our meditation?
Yes. Let's move forward.